welcome back to the Barrel Zone for the daily breakdown. We are doing a late MLB breakdown as always, and then we will touch on the NBA games as well for the day. As you can see on the board, we have tons of MLB games. I don't think it's the best slate for betting, but there are a few more interesting games in there. If you have any comment or feedback, you know where to find me at The Barrel Zone on Twitter. If you know Tema Plays, you can go to patreon.com/The Barrel Zone and join the Discord channel. Let's get right into it. First game on the board is off the board, actually. Cubs at Pittsburgh, Arrieta at Cody Pons. Cody Pons has 17 innings in the MLB. Underlying metrics not really good, like around 6 to 6.5 FIP. He had 5+ ERA in AAA as well, both in 2019 and 2021. So yeah, he's not really the guy you want to back, and the Cubs have been kind of starting to hit a bit. Although Arrieta is not a guy I'm paying any premium with, especially on the road. He has a 5+ ERA so far this season with an 8% swinging strike rate. He has an 80% plus contact rate, gives up almost 40% hard contact. He also walks some guys. So overall, I think he's really, really depleted. He could make this work. The Pirates are terrible, but I'm not laying chalk on the road with Jake Arrieta in 2021. My line here is minus 138. I think we could see like minus 140, 45, maybe even minus 150 with the Jake, but this is not a game where I'm going to have a ticket. Philadelphia at Miami, Vince Velasquez, Sandy Alcantara. Vince Velasquez got removed from his last start due to numbness of finger. We don't know what's up with that. I'm not backing him. I'm never backing pitchers that get scratched from one start and then just start a few days later. We will see if he's fine. Overall, I'm not really a huge Vince Velasquez guy either. He has a 14.4% walk rate. Got super lucky so far. 93% left on base rate. 220 batting average on balls in play. He's averaging less than 3.5 innings per game started. Righties are really getting to him. So yeah, he's not a guy I'm backing. Sandy Alcantara is awesome. His Sierra is 3.7. Swinging strike rate almost 15%. Lots of ground balls, not a lot of hard contact. Really shutting down the right side of the plate. But the Marlins are favorites here, and I think that tells you a lot. I have this around minus 115, and they're minus 129. So absolutely no value on Miami, sadly, although I would be rather backing them than Philly here, I tell you that. Cincinnati at Washington, Tyler Mahle, Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer is a guy who is really easy to project. My line here is minus 178, and the market line is minus 179. I don't think we will see any move or any value here. Scherzer has been amazing. The Reds are missing lots of bets right now. Mustaka, Senzel, Waddle all out. Tyler Mahle coming off a bad start, but he's a pretty good arm in my opinion. So it was kind of just like a blip. He got blown up, but I mean, that happens to almost everyone. 3.7 Sierra through the year, almost a 30% K rate. He's walking a bit more guys than I would like, but overall, not a lot of hard contact, forces infield pop-ups. And he's super strong against lefties, and this Nationals lineup, I mean, Soto is a lefty, Schwarber is a lefty, Bell will likely bat from the left side here against the righty. Nationals are really below average against righties. I haven't been betting too many unders lately, but if this gets up to 8, this total, I will be backing the under. Because the Reds' offense is due for some regression. They're also missing some guys. Max is amazing. Mahle, although he's coming off a bad start, he's a great arm, and this Nationals team is nothing to be afraid of. So yeah, with the weather getting warmer and The offense waking up a bit. I haven't been going to the under rails so much, but I think if this gets to 8, that's a bet for me. Toronto at the New York Yankees. Mats at Kluber. Kluber laying minus 170. I make this like minus 150. Yankees, although really hot right now, but with Kluber coming off the no-hitter, you could book it that he will be overpriced. So value is and will be only on the Jays here. But Steven Matz is not a guy I like. He is below a league average when it comes to swinging strike rate. Right-handed bats have a 470 FIP against him, 344 WOBA, 23% line drive rate. He averages less than 5.5 innings per game started. So yeah, I don't want to experiment with Matt's lefty against the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. So, Giancarlo Stanton is eligible to come back from the IL today. I'm expecting us to see him in the lineup. This Yankees team is really healthy right now, or at least getting way healthier than before. And while I'm like not totally sold on Kluber yet, still I just cannot touch this. The total at 9.5. It was 9 and it moved up to 9.5. I think that tells us a lot about what is going to happen here. I think the market is expecting Kluber to at least give up a few runs. I mean, Toronto isn't a bad team, and Matt's likely to get destroyed a bit here. So yeah, interesting game, but staying off this one. Staying off the next game as well. DeGrom coming back from the IL. He's laying minus 265. I think that's really bad. That this is a bad line. He only pitched 3 innings in his rehab start, so I doubt he will go like deeper than 4 or 5 here. We will see. And the Mets are really banged up. So besides Wheeler, who is batting leadoff, Linder and Mabin, everyone is really bad on the team, and most of the good guys are injured right now. This should be, I'm not sure if this is Kyle Freeland. This was supposed to be Chichi Gonzalez. I capped the game with that. I just see the pitching change. I will look into this one. But I mean, I'm no way laying minus 265 with the DeGrom coming off an injury and missing so many good bats behind him. And he rarely has any run support anyways. Cleveland, the Detroit, Civale at Skubal. This was jumping around between minus 135 and minus 140, and the minus 135-ish lines got quickly scooped up by the bettors. I think this will be Cleveland or bust for most of the guys, and I agree with that. Civale isn't great, but he's really a workhorse. He went 114 pitches in the last outing, 7 innings. He's really capable of going deep into games. This Tigers team is not really something you want to worry about, although they have lots of lefties, and Scuba and the Civale is really way better on against the right side of the plate. But Skubal is bad, 5.4 ERA, almost a 5 Sierra, lots of walk issues, 39% hard contact. I think even this Cleveland team that really has no power, and the Reyes is on the IL now, I think they will get to him and they should be minus 140 or even a bit bigger favorites here. So yeah, no action from me, but I completely agree with the line. KC, Tampa Bay, Keller at Hill. Rich Hill is really a guy that's a bit weird for me. He is clearly all depleted, but he is still somehow making it work. Coming off a pretty nice outing, 6 innings, only 1 earned, just 4 Ks. He's limiting hard contact to under 30%, no line drives against either side, but he's walking almost 10% of opposing batters faced. I think he's fine. He's likely going to be fine here. Keller on the KC side is really bad. He is allowing a 420 WOBA on the road. He has a 4.6 FIP or worse against both sides, a 390 WOBA or worse against both sides. He's walking almost 10% of opposing batters faced. 1.8 whip. He's averaging less than 4.5 innings. So yeah, I just don't see it here. Rays won 11 straight games. They are going to be overpriced a bit here, and that's just what we see. I think they should be closer to minus 156 than minus 177. Atlanta at Boston, Charlie Morton, Garrett Richards. This is a game where I'm interested in backing Atlanta. I have been talking about them being huge positive regression candidates and the Red Sox being regression candidates. And I think this is a good spot to fade the Red Sox. Morton coming off a great start against the Mets. 6 innings, only one earned with 8 Ks. He had a 39% called strikes plus whiffs. Fastball touching 96 miles per hour. Richards coming off a mediocre outing at Toronto, 4 walks. He has almost an 11% walk rate through the season. His most of his better starts came on the road. He has a 390 wOBA against at home. And he's a regression candidate. His ERA is way better than his Sierra, while Morton is a positive regression candidate. And just like the teams behind them. So kind of we can back up team and the pitcher who is a positive regression candidate and fade the pitcher and the team that's a regression candidate, just how I like it. Charlie Morton, he's, I think, besides the 8% walk rate, he's pretty awesome. 12% swinging strike rate, 47% ground ball rate, 22% hard hit rate, 12% infield pop-up rate. And positive regression will come to him. He has a 62% left on base rate. That's just incredibly unlucky with an 18% home run to fly ball ratio. So yeah, Atlanta is the better offense. They are kind of rolling right now. I think 7-3 in the last and or something similar. They do have the better starter. Bullpen is getting way better for them recently, and they're coming off an off day. So I was laying minus 115 with the Braves. I think any line that's currently on the board around minus 120 is a fine bet with Atlanta today. San Diego at Milwaukee. I'm staying off this game. A little bit of weird line move yesterday. I expected some Padres action, but the line was instead moving a bit towards Milwaukee. And we see the same-ish line today. Padres being around plus 105 or so. And basically a really similar setup. This is Musgrove at Burns. Yesterday, it was really a similar situation. The Brewers had the slightly better pitcher, but obviously the Padres are the better overall team. This is probably even a bit closer. I really cannot find anything to attack either with Burns or Musgrove. Both are amazing. If you look at their stats, I mean, high swinging strike rates, not walking anyone, keeping the ball on the ground, no line drives. So yeah, I think this is another of these lower scoring games. We've seen the game stayed under yesterday as well. I think the under would be my only look, but the 7 is already pretty juiced to the under. So unless this gets to a super flat 7, I'm not really interested. But really, just staying off this game, I'm shying away from the market, fading the Padres a bit here. And I agree, as the Brewers bullpen is kind of healthy, and they should have, again, everyone available today, and Burns has been great. So I'm fine sitting this one out. Baltimore, Minnesota, Creamer at Berrios. Berrios laying minus 200, not going to do that. Twins offense waking up. They won 8-3 last night. They scored like 10 runs 2 days ago. But they have so many injuries and questionables. Cruz, Polanco, Arraez, and Kepler are all questionable for today. Berrios also coming off a pretty mediocre outing, so I'm not laying minus 200 with him, but you really cannot back Baltimore in this spot. LA Dodgers, Houston Astros, Kershaw at Greinke. Greinke coming off 2 straight games where he pitched at least 7 innings, and these were 2 of his better starts. He's coming off an 8-inning outing against Oakland with 8 Ks. He was pitching great, but I mean, I'm still not like really buying that he's fully back. I think he's still somewhat depleted. Just a 9% swinging strike rate through the season, 80% contact rate. He's limiting hard contact, and he gets by teams, but I think LA is a bit difficult matchup normally, although I have to say with these injuries. So Seager, Pollock, Bellinger all out, and now Mookie Betts is day to day officially questionable. He was scratched from last night's lineup. Kershaw is amazing, and I'm looking to back the Dodgers here, but I need Betts in the lineup, so I'm waiting. And if Betts is confirmed in the lineup, then I'll be backing the Dodgers. But if he's out, I'm just staying away. Kershaw is an arm I'm buying, even if he's a lefty on the road against Houston, who are really good offensively against lefties. But I think Greinke is not really an ace, and although the line is giving some respect to LA, I think it's not really enough if Betts is back for tonight's game. St. Louis Cardinals, White Sox, Florida, Giolito laying minus 134. This was close to like minus 50 at some 150 at some shops, and I'm really close to betting the Cardinals here. I agree with the line a bit. I have this like minus 122, so I think the White Sox are a bit overpriced, but there is not enough value for us to come back on the Cardinals. And yeah, I still believe that the White Sox are a bit better team, and Giolito is a bit better than Flaherty. Flaherty faced a lot of easy matchups this season. He pitched against the Pirates twice, the Nationals twice, against Miami, Colorado. So overall, the level of competition he faced isn't really high. So I'm ranking Giolito higher, and he's coming for a nice start. Market is clearly believing that he's back, and he will get his stuff together for this start. Yeah, it's Cardinals or bust for me, but it's difficult to back a dog here. I think I would need like a plus 135 on them to get in action, and I doubt we will get that. In fact, I'm kind of expecting some more Cardinals money coming in, and this closing around minus 130-ish. Texas at the LA Angels, Yang at Heaney laying minus 150. I'm not doing this either. Randon has been really just nothing special, and Trout is out, so it's basically only Ohtani for the Angels and a bunch of scrubs. And while Heaney is great, missing tons of bats, but he's giving up lots of hard contact when he's getting hit. Yang, on the other end, he has 21 innings so far, almost a 5 Sierra, over a 10% walk rate. He's limiting hard contact, but he has been helped by luck here. 82% left on base rate, just a 220 batting average on balls in play. So yeah, not an arm I'm looking to back. My line here is minus 156. We get a minus 152. I'm completely fine with that. We have another game that's off the board. San Francisco at Arizona, Gaussman at Morton. Cody Morton is the guy that was dealt to Arizona in the Greinke trade. He's coming off Tommy John surgery, debuted against the Dodgers, I think, last week. First start was like okay, but you don't really expect anything from a newcomer against LA. He walked 4, struck out 6, gave up 3 earned runs in 5 innings, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. Gaussman, 3.2 Sierra, all the underlying metrics are nice, but I'm not really buying him or the Giants. I'm not really willing to pay any premium. Gaussman is running one of the highest left on base rates in the league. He's due for some regression. The Giants in general offensively are weaker against righties. The bullpen is running extremely lucky, like 7% home run to fly ball ratio. So yeah, I'm not willing to pay a premium, but Arizona is unbackable right now. 4 best offensive pieces are missing from the lineup, and I think this will be a spot where the Giants are a bit overpriced. I make this San Francisco minus 142 on the road. So we could see like minus 150 or 60 even. I tell you that Gaussman is really overpriced a bunch of times. Seattle at Oakland, Gilbert at Irvin. Irvin got blown up against Houston. I kind of expected that. Lefty, bad matchup overall. Houston was really swinging a hot bat. But he's not bad, not walking anyone, average swing and miss stuff, average hard contact. He has a 246 ball at home. This is a great park to pitch at. I think against the Mariners team that's dead last in WOBA, has a 301 xWOBA, just an 87 WRC plus. I think he will be fine. Mariners striking out a ton, not a lot of power. I think the line is also right. I make it exactly minus 163. That's the current Pinnacle line. So yeah, no bet from me. All right, summing it up. So I have one bet logged in, and that's the Atlanta Braves. Um, Positive regression coming from for the Braves offense and for Morton as well. And I'm fading the Red Sox and Richards as well. I see some red flags in the profile. Atlanta bullpen also getting better. They had a day off. The lineup is, I think, mostly fully healthy right now. So, yeah, I think this is really a bit of a cheap price here with the Braves. And the games I'm looking at, Nationals, Scherzer, Mali, I'm looking at the under. There is over money coming in, but I don't really mind. I mean, this park isn't that amazing for offense, and I don't like either team offensively. And Mali, I think, is a bit overlooked coming off a weaker outing. Max is likely shutting down Cincinnati, especially as they are a bit depleted, missing a couple of key bats. So follow this total if it's going up to 8. I think the under is a good bet. I will be following the Dodgers line. If Betts is in the lineup, I'm laying this minus 115-ish line. And I was talking about the Cardinals. I would need a plus 135 or better. I doubt we are getting there, but that's the final game I'm interested in. These off the board games are likely not giving us any value. All right, let's talk some NBA. I forgot to drink my coffee, so we will get to that. 3 games to talk through. Starting with Brooklyn hosting Boston. I think this is the game we are going to just run through. I'm really expecting 4-0 Brooklyn victory here. I don't see anything that tells me the Celtics are going to be able to win a game. My line is 9.5. That's the market line. I don't see any value. Brooklyn looked amazing in the first game, even though Harden wasn't particularly sharp, as I said yesterday. Big rebounding edge, good free throw rate. They won the turnover battle. Everything was, I think, looking fine, and this is really just different levels. So I'm not really going to go deeper in this one. But the Lakers-Phoenix game is really interesting. So we see a 4-point move towards the Lakers here. My line here is Phoenix minus 2.5, and we are sitting at plus 1.5, almost plus 2. A couple of notes and things here. So first of all, there was a huge rest disparity when teams came into the first game. That will partly go away for the second game, but it's not like instantly going away. You can see that in baseball when the teams have like long series and they travel to another series to a team that maybe had an off day. The rest disparity sometimes comes out in games 2 and 3 even more. So yeah, the Lakers should be theoretically a bit more ready than they were the last time out with Phoenix being on a 1-week rest. So that's one thing. Obviously, Chris Paul's injury, we don't know if he's 100% or not. He will play for sure. He would play if he could barely walk. So I don't think we can really assume that he is fine or not. We will see. And obviously, LeBron and the Lakers are almost always losing these game ones. So people are expecting game 2 James to show up. We will see what will be the case, but I think everything is really just pointing towards the Lakers here from a market perspective, but I'm not really sold on them. I have to tell you that. So in the first game, Phoenix was like really, the energy difference was huge. As I said, that could be like fixed a bit for the second game, but Booker looked really good in the first game, and I don't think they will be able to slow him down. He scored like 30-something, 34. So yeah, they don't have an answer for that, but I think they should be able to handle Aiton a bit better. AD, I think when he was actually playing basketball, did look okay, but I mean overall, it was still a bad game for him. He could bully Crowder. I think he should maybe start at five here. They have huge size difference here over Phoenix, and they should use it. And I really felt that they haven't been using it properly. The only guy I kind of liked from the Lakers side in the first game was Schroeder. He was really the only guy up to speed here. So yeah, we will see what's going on, but I think a lot of the things that are moving the market towards the Lakers are kind of like narrative based, and I'm not going to get involved with this game, so I'm not putting my money where my mouth is. But I think the Suns win this again. This is really just make or break. If the Suns win this, I don't see the Lakers winning this series. And as I said, I didn't expect the Lakers to move on from this series. Obviously, if they win this one, the next one should be pretty easy over the winner of Portland or Denver. Both are pretty winnable matchups for them. But I think what we've seen from Phoenix, the huge rebounding edge and the second chance points, that's not something that's super sustainable. So I think the game will be a bit closer, and AD should look a bit closer. We will see if they move him to center or not. But I think like Booker looked really good, and if CP is really like close to 100%, I'm still going with Phoenix to win this series. Final game, and this is one where I show an edge. Mavs at Clippers. Line moved to 6.5. This was a heavily juiced six. I make it a bit more than this, but we got involved with the Clippers on the series betting side of things. So we bagged LA to win the series. You can still find the line was moving a bit, but you can still find something around minus 160 out there, and I think it should be closer to minus 180. But that kind of goes hand in hand with my edge on the spread. If we expect that we to see a similar spread in the games going forward, where I will show a small edge in the Clippers, it's really just positive expected regression from LA. They were shooting 27.5% from 3-point range in the first game, and that's not something that's sustainable for a team that has been the most efficient shooting team in the league. And I think besides the shots not falling, I think they looked awesome. And on the Dallas side, many role players and guys that I'm not a huge fan of just overperformed, I think, in the first game. So, yeah, I'm not expecting Dallas to win the rebounding battle again, to win the free throw rate battle. And I think the Clippers will have a nice shooting day. And this is likely a blowout, in my opinion. But we will see. I might not be right. But instead of laying the 6.5 points, I took the Clippers to win the series. I think that's a more safe move. Obviously, you are laying some choke, but I don't mind. This could be close if Doncic has a great day again. But I think the Clippers will be able to slow him down a bit more than they have been in game one. All right, this is it for today. Thanks for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow at the same time, and we will break down all the games again. Thanks for tuning in, and good luck with your wagers. Peace out.